So if we want to stop the rate of suicide, we must re-examine what churches are preaching.
Hello, Mind-Boston Nation. Let's gather once again. There is an update. Dr. Abel Damina has come up again to say that the cause of the high rate of suicide mission in the Christian faith is caused by the pastors and the preachers itself. So I want us to take a look at this video and come up with your own opinion.
This morning, Pastor Nayenka woke me up literally, and said, Dr. Damina, I'm really concerned about the rate of suicide. Christians are just killing themselves all over the place. Pastors are committing suicide. Christians are committing suicide. I said to him, why wouldn't they commit suicide? We are shouting. They say we are very stupid. They say we are rebellious. They say we are disobeying fathers. We are shouting that the kind of messages preached in church will produce greed, will produce depression, and cause people to kill themselves. When all a church preaches is materialism, when the true word of a Christian is reflected by car, house, money, if those things don't come, why wouldn't he be depressed? Why wouldn't he kill himself? When people are not given the joy of salvation, when the joy of salvation is being mocked at, meanwhile all we have is that joy of salvation. You know, in this church, we don't care what car you drive, we don't care what suit you wear, we don't care your wristwatch, and we don't care where you walk. There's only one equalizer in this church. What is his name? All of us are one. We are same in Christ. Nobody's superior, nobody's inferior. Say, I hear you. Say, I hear you. And in this church, we don't create in you an appetite for worldly things. We don't create in you an appetite for material things. The only appetite we generate in you is for Christ. We feed you Christ. We feed you Christ. Why will you commit suicide? Why? Which side is the depression coming from? But if what I was teaching you is you will make it, you must get there. We must take over. We must take over. See, those messages, first of all, they make you feel like God is not trying. They make you feel that God has forgotten you. They, even if God is blessing you, you are not aware of it, because where your eye is, evil eye, you are so greedy, selfish. All you want is to get it by all means, because Christianity has been measured by material things. But if all our hope is in this world, we are of all men miserable. So those messages is the reason why Christians are committing suicide. I told Pastor Chris, I told him, don't worry yourself, don't worry yourself. The chips are getting down. There's pressure in the society, so much pressure. People are going through so much. Things are not working for many believers, and then the pastor is putting them under pressure. You must have breakthrough. If you don't have breakthrough, it means you are not serving God. You cannot serve God and be poor. You cannot serve God and lack. You cannot serve God and be broke. So if you're broke, you're not serving God. If you're poor, you're not serving God. So those messages create in you a greed and an appetite, and when it is not working, the resultant effect is you want to kill yourself. You begin to feel like, what is life about? Why am I even here? This life is useless. Car I don't have, wife I don't have, children I don't have. Why am I alive? It's better to die. And they have made it so easy that the society has a lot of things for committing suicide. You can hang your neck, you can drink sniper, they call it sniper. You can drink all kinds of things, and it will kill you without too much effort. So people who have no hope in Christ, for if our hope is just in this world, we are of all men. So when a message is always driving you to material things, you will soon feel miserable. And what is the resultant effect of being miserable? Suicide. So if we want to stop the rate of suicide, we must re-examine what churches are preaching. We must examine what churches are preaching. We must examine what those churches are preaching. Pastors are committing. How can a pastor commit suicide? He has lost hope. Then what has he been preaching? If the pastor is committing, that means the whole church will soon, all of them will soon. Is it Beme? Christ is our satisfaction. Christ is our. I have Jesus, I have everything. Contentment is vital. What did I call it? Contentment. Godliness with is what? Great gain. For it is certain we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we will take nothing out of this world. So therefore, having clothes and food, let us therewith be content. Greed. Messages that generate greed are from the pit of hell. They are from where? Pit of hell. Brother Paul said, anybody that preaches that gain is godliness is destitute of the truth. He is anybody that defines you by things, defines you by your car, your house, your clothes. He is destitute. You know who a destitute is? That man, even if he's a bishop, he is destitute of the truth. Preaching that gain is godliness is a twisting of the gospel. It's a perversion, because it is godliness with contentment that is gain. Don't worry now. The society is generating pressure. It is now we will know where the gospel is really preached. It is now we will know. Marriages are crashing. Husband and wives are under pressure. Marriages are fighting now more than ever before. Tension in families. Husband can no more talk to the wife nicely. The wife can no more smile with her husband. Families are rattled by societal pressures. Not just that, pressures to fit into a class. Competition breaking out everywhere. Competition. So people are ungrateful. People are no more happy because they think they have not tried. Wives are telling their husbands, see your friends, you call yourself a man. The man feels useless, and he feels like, let me die so that you can appreciate the little I have done for you. Let me get out of the way so that you can be without a husband for once. So you will know that while I was here, I was doing something. You will know that I was not a useless man. They start thinking of dying. Wives are thinking, my husband is an ingrate, having a wife like me, but he's not happy. Let me die. Let him be without a wife for once. Or let him marry another woman. Let her remove his eyes so he can value what I was in his life. Pressure is coming. And the reason why people are thinking like this is because they are deficient. They don't have Christ. How can you be feeding on Christ like this? There will be no room for useless things. If Adam had eaten the tree of life enough, he would not notice the tree of death. When a man has eaten in his mother's house, another mother's food does not attract him. Even if they're cooking on top of golden stove, he will remove his eyes. But when a child is hungry from home, even mama put is an attraction. You will see him hanging his eye like a thief. You see saliva coming from the side of his mouth. It's not his fault, he's hungry. When people are fed Christ, when you have eaten Christ and you're satisfied, a man's brand new Jeep does not intimidate you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? When you have eaten Christ and you're satisfied, that a man bought a Lincoln Navigator, you're not intimidated. No, you're not intimidated, because what you carry is higher than a Lincoln Navigator. You carry the creator of the whole world. Zebato, Meketa, Malata. Somebody shout, I hear you.
What did you think? Is it right or wrong? But come to think of it, I think there's a sense in what he's saying, because the church today is talking about prosperity, and prosperity. On the other hand, we are supposed to preach righteousness. The truth is for Christians or every believer to make heaven, and not necessarily make money or financial material things. So if our success in life is based on material things, then we are of all men most miserable. Guess what? I remain Igobaso Chris, the leader of Mind-Transformating. a place where we are building a people with the winner's mindset. Subscribe to Mind TV on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, formerly Twitter, and on TikTok. Kindly do well to like and share our videos, our stories with your friends, with your colleagues, and with your loved ones. Your contributions and your comments are also welcome. Thanks for being there. See you in the next video. I love you.